Good morning. Oh my goodness. Of course, the second that I start recording, my stupid cat is now jumping on the screen because he wants in, and my husband's sleeping. Or he's not, but he's trying to sleep, and so goes life. I'm so glad that you cannot smell my breath because I haven't brushed my teeth. I've barely drinking. I've barely had any water. I just couldn't I couldn't resist. I'm going to be a hypocrite and struggle through my stuttering because those of you that have more of a challenge with stuttering than I do probably watched my last video and shook your head at me and thought, oh, you naive young lady, you have no idea what you're talking about. Sometimes you can't just choose other words because it's not that simple when every single word doesn't come out. So forgive me to those of you that already knew that. I guess I would start really quick by saying, for those of you that are in some of the great FND support groups on Facebook or my friends on Facebook or Twitter, well, I'm not on Twitter as much. I'm trying to, but it's too many things. But I had 3 dislocated ribs, and 6 of them were affected because my movement disorder has been throwing me around so much, and mainly with my neck and my torso and my arms, that I had all those ribs just so messed up for days. Like, I would say it was like the top list of, I'm gonna drink some water, the top list of painful experiences in my life were, once I had a spinal tap for all my severe headaches, and it didn't clot, and so I had a spinal headache from the spinal tap, which was like worse than childbirth. So that's number 1. Besides tea, I'm obsessed with seltzer water, our daughters always called it bubble water. Excuse the lighting, guys. I'm totally a wreck right now, and I'll tell you why in a second. Okay. So, I have just an insane headache. Okay, so movement disorder, throwing my body around, dislocated 3 of my ribs. Oh, childbirth. You guys, if you actually watch these videos, you are some really patient people, because I'm so annoying and I don't know how you listen to me. But number 1, spinal headache. Number 2, childbirth. Number 3 was the other night, and my ribs were so messed up that I was literally screaming out loud in pain, like someone chopped my arm off. So, good news, I went to the chiropractor, and that's how I got relief from those ribs. But do you relate to this? Like, today it's like, what ribs? Those ribs on that side, my right side? Golden. Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Love you. But now I woke up with my left side now, from like the back, let me see, I'm getting to know my anatomy quite well. I would say from my T2 rib on the left side, posterior stuff, obviously, because you've got a collarbone over here, but pretty much the back side of my collarbone and slightly below it, all the way up to the base of my skull, the occipital region, is like so stiff, and it's actually causing, like, my whole left side of my brain, it's not my brain, but my head is like spasms, or it's tension, or it's tight, and that's why I'm kind of this fabulous angle, because like all I want to do is stretch from here down, and it's so intense. Like the pain is like, I feel like I keep having like those facial movements, and like I have all this pressure behind my behind my, yeah, I can't even think right now, here. So the reason that I made this video is because this is for all of you people, and I love you so much. But this is more for like the ones of you that see me looking all smoking hot with all my hair and my makeup and my clothes that hide all the things that if you saw you wouldn't think I was so fabulous. And to show you like the struggle is real for people with chronic disability, and you often think like, but you look so great and you're so energetic and you never shut up, which must mean you feel great. And my cat keeps jumping on the door. I wonder if you can even hear it. But the times that we people that suffer with chronic suffering, physical suffering, it's like mind-bending, all-consuming pain and suffering. Like I could not press with my thumb with enough pressure to relieve like what's happening in my skull right now and in the back of my neck. And that's not even to mention my shoulder. So this is not intended to be some, at this point, 7-minute rant of how miserable I am. Though it's not to complain, but just to showcase, because I feel like, I don't know if I just said this or not, but it's like sometimes I feel like people surely are thinking, what is it now? You know? Are you kidding me? Yesterday you had 3 dislocated ribs, and today you have this equally debilitating issue in a completely different area of your body, and you must just be mental. And I don't know, I guess in a sense I'm just tired of it. I'm not tired of you guys. I love you, and it breaks my heart to even consider that this might make you feel bad or whatever, but, and really, it's natural and it's nobody's fault. And you could also blame me and say, well, if you didn't want people to think you were great all the time, maybe you shouldn't wear all that makeup and look so great. And I'm not saying that I look so great, but you guys, I used to be a food addict and was never confident with myself, and I'm finally at a place where I'm not perfect, and I'm kind of gaining some weight right now because I've been having to eat whatever I can, get fed, and it's hard to lose control of some of those things that you want to be in control of, and like being able to exercise, or, I'm having to eat like graham crackers so I can take my medications, even though I know I should be eating something like protein and some vegetable or something, which I love, but it's like, I can't do that right now. I don't even want to eat. So I guess I know could be perceived as my fault because I don't walk around looking like this all the time. But who wants to? Like, I do those things not to fool people, but to make myself feel like a normal human being, and that this hasn't completely ravaged my entire existence, And this is kind of a downer video, and excuse the neck massage as we go, but I feel like death. I don't know. I guess I just want to say to you guys, like, I wish we could change our culture that's so, okay, warning, I'm going to go spiritual here, guys. In the Bible, there's a verse that says that man looks at the outward appearance but the Lord looks at the heart. And I think that that's so true. And so easily people look at us and they look at our outward appearance and they either, because I just recently have been at a new church where it's my old church, and when I was there before, I was the food addict that I was. And so a lot of times when people see me, it's not because I'm so fabulous, but it's because I'm so much, by the world's standards, improved in my external appearance. And so frequently people are telling me how great I look, especially if it's somebody I haven't seen in a long time. And it's like, I'm so over like my desire to look a certain way, you know, and that's a whole nother video. But so now when I hear those things, it's almost frustrating. And I'm not saying stop, because I love to feel like somebody can boost my self-esteem, because I need that too. But it's just, it's a weird hollow feeling, because it's like every time somebody says how great I look, it's like, you guys, this, okay? Do you see this? I'm wearing my dressing gown, as you fabulous British people call it. And because nightgown sounds so stupid. Or robe, nightgown. No, I'm going to call it a dressing gown. So I'm in my dressing gown. I have a hat, and my face wants to just explode out of itself. And this is how I feel all the time, no matter what I do to the outside. And I think that that's the frustrating part with the invisible disabilities, is that it's isolating, because you think, if I was in a wheelchair, or if I was, you know, whatever you think for yourself, you know, if only it was visible to people. I mean, and sometimes it really is. And then we're never happy, right? The grass is always greener. Because then when it is visible, you're like wanting to crawl under a rock, because you're, you know, doing weird things in public and people are looking at you like, is she tweaking on drugs? Is she mental? Because I just was talking to her and she was completely fine, and now she's flailing about and stuttering. I mean, so it's hard to be content in all things. But that's my prayer for myself and for you, is that we could find a way to be at peace with our current circumstances, with the hope that things are always changing, and there is hope for healing. And for me, I see it that there's a hope for much greater things to come. And if that's something that intrigues you, please feel free to send me a message or an email. My email is larryand1@gmail.com. So if you want to send me a message and want to open up a conversation about spiritual things, I would love to do that. But here is more of a place to reach people on a more not that spiritual things aren't practical. My goodness, they are the absolute wellspring and source of all the strength and hope that I have. But I recognize and understand and love people that do not come from that place. And I believe that God's wisdom is a grace that is extended to even those that don't acknowledge Him. And that's okay with me, and I love you anyways. And I'm happy to share whatever I have to a broader community. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, because my husband's on vacation, and I don't feel very happy about starting off his first day of vacation as a train wreck. And he loves me, and I just want him to be able to have a little bit of a break, because as a carer, that's another video, and having his own disabilities, I feel badly that I'm sometimes a hindrance to his rest. I don't know. He doesn't feel that way, and he would say it's fine. But anyways, we all have to do what we got to do, right? And I'm sure I repeat myself all the time, but I need to be reminded, so maybe you do too. Do what you can when you can, and right now, I'm pretty sure that and I also have like 2 ice packs on, and I could actually use a few more because my shoulder, my neck, I still do feel my right side ribs, but it's just so nothing compared to what I've got going on over here. But maybe some peaceful music, or maybe my medication will kick in and I can go back to sleep. But okay, we're hitting 16 minutes, so I need to stop rambling. Tell me in the comments below this video, how do you keep positive? How do you remind yourself to take it one day at a time? And I want to film a video about what's in your toolkit, because I have these like ice packs that I've got multiple small ones like this, and then I have one big giant one, which I kind of want right now because I could use it everywhere. And then, yeah, I want to know what you guys do to help manage the non-stop psychologically draining and physically restricting, mind-bending suffering that you have all the time. What do you do? Like my video, you guys. Leave a comment. I want to open up a community of us, people coming together. Not everybody has Facebook and is in our groups, so maybe people on YouTube that are seeing these can start to have a community with us down below. So I hope you subscribe so you don't miss the videos. Sometimes they're quite long, and I'm sorry, but I hope you understand because it's hard to explain. Do what you need to do today to be the best that you can be. I'm gonna go pray and listen to music and try to rest. So I hope you have a lovely day. Hang in there, and if you are not a sufferer but a carer, I pray that you would have wisdom on how you can be a blessing to those that are suffering, and an encouragement. So, all right, take care. Mwah. Bye.